In 1988, when I was doing all these pujas, friends of ours by the name Raghuveers, they had watched me do these, and so they said, we're going to perform our daughter's wedding. And of course I hadn't, like Jeff was saying, I hadn't performed in a wedding. So I went and did a lot of studies, a lot of research and so forth. So in 1988, we performed a wedding. And I'll show you this later on mine. If you look at this, I don't know whether you can see from there, I'll pass it on. If you look at this one, this thing here, that's the Agni. And what it is in the old days in India, we used to have, because of the fuel problems, we had a stove, which was basically about this wide and that width, and about a high. And we put charcoal in it and started, and then made coffee and things like that. And that's, I don't know how they found it. That was the Agni Kunda. Okay, I'll pass it. But today, the reason why I want you to see that is, today it is magnificent. They make I mean, that plus the decorator, you should see the way they decorate these mantaps.
Yes.
So it has really gone quite a ways in terms of the importance, the beauty, the opulence, and all of that is really considerable. And what that means is our people are spending a lot of money on weddings. I mean a lot. I'm talking something as much as 50K.
This was a very interesting little church, Unitarian Universalist church, shaped like a ship. Like a boat. An ark.
That church?
They were in ship shape?
Western.
No, this one is in Trumbull.
Yeah. Western.
Western? Yeah.
It was in Western.
So that is how I got started. But again, as before, in everything I have done, I always think, well, this is all I'm going to do. Who's going to be, But then one more request. It kind of became. Even then, as you can see, this is 1988, until 2002, 2003, it took me about 2 or 3 years to write the book. I didn't really think, of course, Kamala kept on saying, this has got to be written down.
Right.
You have been doing this here. So I started to do that, but really the inspiration came from our youth. I would say, somebody would call me and say that my daughter is getting married, and we would like to have you perform the ceremony. So I would say, you have to come here, meet with me, which is, by the way, the kind of thing I would suggest you do when we get into the details of it. So, and I would bring the parents and the couple. So we would all sit down exactly the way we are doing now. And I normally would start the meeting by asking the couple a very simple, straightforward question. Are you doing this because you want to do it, or are you doing this to satisfy someone else? 100% answer is, no, we want to do it because this is our tradition. These are children that we think may have gone astray and become westernized and all of that. No, deep in their hearts, that's number one. The second thing, which is completely distinct from what you would hear from corresponding couples in India, is our children here, they want to understand each and every step. They want to know why. They want to understand the meaning of that. So it became clear.
And they want the words.
They want the words, and that is the inspiration for doing what I did. And again, the interesting thing is, the way we did it was that if you open a typical page of ceremonies, what we have here, the instructions, Sanskrit mantras, transliteration, and translation, so that when they just open it, they can get the whole picture and understand, okay? Now, so I have to confess that it is really the youth that really were the driving force for what I did and what I have been doing since.
Every wedding we do, we should ask them to buy a book before we do the wedding.
Yes. We recommend it. You can't make them, but they recommend it.
But you know, the interesting thing is the proof of how much they have enjoyed is in these letters, which are on page 266 of the hardcover. If you look at that, and you will see, yeah,
Oh, that's
hardcover.
right.
So, 266. 200, I think it's 266, yeah.
Near the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one thing I want to, you know, that this one,
64, 65, 66.
right, so 260,
64.
right, okay,
It goes on.
right, goes on for about a few pages. One of them I want to